welcome back to the Give and Go. I'm your coach Reynoso with my boy
Soltero. What's up, y'all?
I was really excited for tonight, man. We had CONCACAF Champions Cup on deck.
Yes, sir.
I just had gotten done watching Real Madrid, Real Sociedad, 8 goals, bro, an absolute shootout, and I was just preparing myself for what was going to be that classic CONCACAF chaos, man. Chaos. I'm talking reds. I'm talking goals. I'm talking crazy sequences of play. 2-0 results, man.
Stalemates.
Mm-hmm.
2 stalemates, man. You know what I will say? I'm actually surprised LA Galaxy played as well as they did. Truly. Because they haven't won a game yet in the MLS.
Yeah, they're in terrible form right now.
Terrible form. Good to see Joseph Painstill back. His performance in the first half was pretty decent. And overall, LA had 50% of the ball, way more than I thought they would have against a midfield of Bruneta, Carioca, Gorriarán. And in general, they were able to actually create a lot of chances against a pretty good Tigres side who are 4th right now in Mexico. So I think at the end of the day, this is a really good draw for LA. Now they'll have a really good chance to go to Mexico to try and steal it from Tigres. Gonna be very tough. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm just surprised that they were able to hold on to a draw in this match.
Yeah, that's the biggest surprise out of all 4 teams that participated today. You're right. LA Galaxy getting ultimately a result here is impressive, I would say, because terrible form. The team has completely lost the creativity with Ricky Puig being gone. Painstill coming back, that's big. They sold off Joveljic, that sucks. And so their offensive creativity definitely got a lot weaker, but they were able to, in a way, impose themselves at times against this Tigres team. I think my takeaway from this match, bro, I don't see either one of these teams winning the tournament.
No,
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see a dangerous, hungry Tigres side. I do think they'll get the result when they go back home, but I ultimately don't see a team that can match up to the better teams that are in this tournament. And that's really the only takeaway I really have regarding this, man. I didn't see much else out on the pitch. Ultimately, 2 pretty average teams going up against each other.
Yeah, and I think that's what's disappointing if you're a Tigres fan, because I think the defense is fantastic. Joaquim, Purata, they're good defenders. Obviously, you still have Guzman. But when you start looking up the pitch in their squad, the quality just deteriorates, man. You have Antuna, Nico, Ibanez up top. They both just don't produce for this team. Ibanez at once did with Atlético San Luis, and he kind of did in his first stint with Tigres, but he just hasn't really found the back of the net consistently, in my opinion. And then alongside him, the players, whether it's Aquino on one side or Antuna on the other, no one's feeding each other. There's no good fluidity within the side. Gorriarán has taken a more conservative role in the squad. And the product you get is just a weak offensive Tigres side, man. And it sucks because you would think the names would lead to goals, but for me, all season long, not just in the Clausura, but Apertura too, Tigres' offense has been disappointing, man. It's why I don't have them getting close to the Liga final, lifting the trophy there, and I don't have them close to lifting any silverware here in the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
It's actually, looking at the squad, bro, it's a time of transition for Tigres. I mean, obviously the name Gignac is one that many people cannot forget. Such a big, prominent player for Tigres. But I think the biggest sign that Tigres is low-key washed is the fact that Guido Pizarro is coaching the team now.
Dude, it's crazy,
you
man.
know, 35 years old, and now the head coach of Tigres. No disrespect to him, but Carioca's that same age right now, and he's still playing, man.
Yeah.
That's not good. You need something more fresh in that midfield. And up top, I think Ibanez, ever since he came to Tigres, hasn't really showed out the way that you would hope that he would. And it's tough because they ultimately were looking for him to become that Gignac replacement, or at least be able to have 70% of that output. I'm not seeing it in even these type of games. So I think Tigres as a whole has definitely dropped in quality. Now Guzman is still in goal, bro.
Yeah.
He's still in goal, man.
Yeah.
This is an old team that I think is trying to transition.
And the players that they've tried to bring in to change that are not changing it whatsoever. Lainez and Flores, they've done nothing at Tigres realistically. They try, but again, the product it's just so muted offensively. Tigres are tough to break down, but you really don't have to worry about. But you don't really have to worry about getting scored on against this side. So that's why I say for LA Galaxy, I'm surprised that they're able to hold it 0-0 just because their form has been so bad. But I think going to Mexico is just going to be tough for them considering their form. But I still think it could still be a tight affair considering Tigres' poor offense.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now, too. I got Tigres going through. Folks, let us know down below if you're a Tigres fan. What do you think about this team? How you guys are looking right now? And let's talk about the next game, America versus Cruz Azul, a matchup that I've highlighted in the past as one of the best that North America currently has to offer. When you look at the talent on paper, the storylines, a big part of it was the exciting coaching battle between Jardín and in the past it was Anselmi, but he's now made the move over to FC Porto. But still, an exciting Cruz Azul team that is trying to challenge this dynasty of an America team right now, giving them the best that they absolutely can, as we saw in that Liga MX semifinal matchup where it got super close, 4-3 aggregate score. It was insane. I was looking forward to kind of getting that same sort of product again here. Ultimately, didn't really get that, bro. And even just on an atmosphere level, not as many fans either. It was just a little disappointing, man.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing. But what happened on the pitch?
Hey, but Mexicans actually work. That's what goes on, man. That's why Europeans on Tuesdays are filling out stadiums, bro.
Dude,
Tuesday night in Mexico, you can't go catch the America game, bro.
Champions League games in Europe, man, are damn near holidays for the cities that host them, bro. But for what happened on the pitch here, America Cruz Azul, if you're a Cruz Azul fan, you got to be so frustrated because America were wasteful. In the second half, America crafted three clear-cut opportunities in the first 10 minutes. Sendejas with a sitter miss, man. Yeah. He missed one of the easiest chances, damn near a layup, if you will.
That's why he's not getting that call-up anymore, man.
It sucks because he's been so good, but not this last month, though. This last month, he's just a little out of form. I'm going to wait to say anything because the way Zendejas has played in Liga MX for the last 2 years, he's been one of the best wingers in the league. I'm not going to criticize him yet. He's still class. But damn, what a bad miss for Zendejas. And Diego Valdez just playing with his food in the box, just finish the chance, show some conviction. America go on to really rue those missed opportunities. The game ends 0-0, but for Cruz Azul, if America's missing, bro, you gotta get a goal in. You got to take advantage of that. And Cruz Azul had chances on their own. The problem was when they created threat, the opportunity fell to Charlie Rodriguez. Jorge Sanchez, the guys you did not want to have the opportunity to send in a deadly cross or shoot the ball itself. So for Cruz Azul, though they did manage the game well in midfield, their offense couldn't take any opportunities as themselves either. So you get a 0-0 result. I think Cruz Azul, just considering that this was their road game, should have taken advantage of a slightly dipped performance in America.
Yeah, and I'll also mention Fidalgo's opportunity last minute. He's in, and if it's a better finisher there, that goes in, bro. So I have America winning the matchup. I do. I think, like you said, I think Cruz Azul should have done more in this game to take advantage of a wasteful America, and ultimately that's going to come back to bite them, bro. It's going to come back to bite them because the track record that we've seen with this America team, and it kind of showed in that second half, bro, because they did not have a good first half, in my opinion. Right. The way they just instantly just woke up and generated a beautiful passage of play that unfortunately landed at Sendejas' feet. I felt that same feeling of dread, bro, when that play was forming up. I was like, oh, they've played bad the whole game, but it doesn't matter because this iteration of America has always found a way to just get the result or at least be the better team on the pitch. I think in the second leg, they're going to show out and they're going to show why they are a better team compared to Cruz Azul. So I'm putting my money there. I'm putting my money on André Jardín getting the result, dude. I was watching the broadcast and I saw a crazy stat that really makes me question something that I want to ask here on this podcast. He's only lost 11 games in 100 of the matches that he has coached. Won 6 trophies in the process, I believe. God. Is Andrés Jardín the best Brazilian coach right now? Is the best Brazilian coach
right
in
now.
Mexico right now, bro?
Oh, in Mexico,
No. Is the best Brazilian coach currently coaching in Mexico. Is that the state of Brazilian coaches, bro? Because Dorito Jr. just got fired from the Brazilian job.
He did.
Diniz has been moving from Fluminense to Grêmio to wherever he's at. Cruzeiro. Who's the Chicha? I haven't seen in minutes.
Yeah.
Jardim might be the best one, bro.
I think so. Yeah. I think you could actually easily say that from a coaching perspective. But I want to extend that because I had the same feeling when I watched this second half of dread. When you play America, it's just as much a physical battle as it is mental. It's insane what the opponent has to go through to beat America, because not only do you have to be better on the pitch, but you just have to have a winner's mentality. But the problem is America have the biggest winner's mentality in all of Mexico. So it's almost an impossible task. And we're getting to the point where, I mean, this version of America is probably the greatest Mexican team of all time. We said this in January, that honestly, I don't see anyone winning Liga MX outside of America.
They're cruising to first once again, dude, in the league.
I just don't see a team actually challenge them. Cruz Azul would be a challenger, and they get a 0-0 result. America probably should have scored 2 goals, and America's going to win the second leg. So they're like, what do you do? And it was funny. At the end of the first half, even though Cruz Azul probably had the better first half, the commentator was like, yeah, this benefits America. Because it doesn't matter the style of play that you employ against America, they will figure it out. The 11 players on the pitch, Jardin's ability to make the right substitutions, their depth is the best in Mexico. Pound for pound, they have the best players in every single position. They're nearly impossible to beat. This America team's a real deal, man. And if they end up winning the double on top of winning their 4th in a row, man, I mean, we're watching history straight up, bro.
We are. And that's why I think teams like Tigres, teams like LA Galaxy won't win it. I think America is one of the top teams that are favored to win this tournament. Looking at Cruz Azul, just real quick, what did you think about? Because this is the only difference between this matchup and what we saw last time when they played in the Liga MX semifinal was the presence of Bogusz and Luca Romero. Yeah. What'd you make of them in this performance?
I was not impressed with Luca Romero whatsoever. He honestly didn't really do anything. Bogusz, I keep forgetting he's here. Mm-hmm. Every time I see him play, I'm like, oh yeah, he's not in LA anymore. But he was all right. And no complaints. I just think in general the way Cruz Azul play doesn't really benefit Bogusz, because Bogusz was really good at LAFC off the counter, right? He would use his pace when they were absorbing a lot of pressure, but this version of Cruz Azul have a lot of possession and they try to keep on to the ball. So I think it's harder for Bogusz to find his own style of play with this side.
Yeah, I thought the additions were really interesting. I thought Bogusz would be off to a better start. He's got a goal and 4 assists in 12 games. That's not bad. No. He put up numbers for LAFC last year. I think Cruz Azul was hoping for that same type of output. Hasn't fully been there. And then Luca Romero, I've heard a lot about like online stuff because he was like in Europe playing. Right. Cruz Azul acquired him. He's a young Argentine player, I believe. But he had some bad plays where like there's one where he like completely killed a counter that they had and then sent a long ball that went out of bounds and shit. Like he's got a lot of work to do, man.
Yeah, he does.
A lot. But result ends 0-0. I got America winning this matchup.
I do.
You got America winning this matchup. Folks, let us know down below, who do you have winning both of these matchups? And we will be back tomorrow to cover some really hype matches with LAFC going up against Inter Miami, bro.
Yeah, and we can't forget Vancouver right now, who are topping the Western Conference in the MLS.